What made you start YouTube, and do you ever regret starting doing YouTube? Will you ever reveal what movies you've been in / your last name? Do you think you will continue doing YouTube when you're older? How does your family feel about your period videos? Are they supportive? Have you had your first kiss? What's the hardest thing you've ever gone through? What was your most embarrassing period story? Any more info we need to know about your book? I got a lot of questions asking if I have a boyfriend. Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be an updated Q&A where I answer all of your very juicy questions for my 20k special, because I hit 20k like around a week ago from when you guys are seeing this video, and I honestly just needed to do a video to recognize this, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for 20k. When I started my YouTube channel, I did not think I would get past 50 subscribers. Just thank you so much. But anyway, I wanted to do a Q&A because the last Q&A I did was for my 1k special, so that's 19,000 subscribers ago. That was in June or July 2021, so like summer 2021. So I thought it was definitely time to do an updated Q&A now that I am halfway into my 9th grade year, and now that I'm 15. I just turned 15 like around a week ago, and I'm honestly just so excited to answer all your questions. So I have my phone right here. You guys asked me a ton of questions, so I'm just gonna answer all of them. If I can't get to all of them, then I'm really sorry, but I will do more Q&As in the future if you are interested in me doing more Q&As. So definitely make sure to follow me on Instagram to make sure that you can participate in Q&As in the future, and like submit your questions if they weren't answered in this video. Like, you can submit them again. Anyway, no more talking, let's just start answering questions. Favorite thing about doing YouTube? I think the favorite thing about doing YouTube is just how much creative freedom there is. Like, I just love like being able to like control my whole channel and just like having so much creative freedom when it comes to that area. I love this question. Is your mom a chef or something? Your food always looks good. My mom is not a chef, but she honestly should be. During the pandemic, she's like really developed her cooking skills. She's such a good cook. She's such a good baker. She's like really creative with it. She's not a chef, but yeah, she always makes such amazing food. What's your sexuality, if you're comfortable sharing? So I'm heterosexual, which means I am straight, but of course I am 1000% supportive of anyone who does not identify as that. I think people should be treated the same, like no matter who they love. I don't even know why people treat people differently just because they love other people. Like, where did that come from? How long have you known your best friend? Okay, so we met when we were 6, but we did not become friends until we were 7. So technically we've known each other for like around 8-9 years. What are you looking forward to in 10th grade? So I'm going into 10th grade in August, and what I'm basically looking forward to the most is just making a lot of high school memories, because I've been doing online this whole school year. 9th grade's been completely online for me just because of multiple different reasons, mainly to do with COVID. I'm just excited to make high school memories I was supposed to make this year, if that makes any sense. What is your biggest pet peeve? Oh my god, when people like walk really slowly in front of you, and like you're trying to walk fast and the person just walking slowly and like you can't get past them. How tall are you? I think I'm like 5'2", 5'3", but I always get measured as 5'1" at the doctor. What inspired you to make a period themed YouTube channel? I love your videos, by the way. Thank you so much. And what basically inspired me to make period videos is, okay, well, my first period video I ever made was my first period story, and I was like kinda, you know, like, should I post this, should I not? But when I saw how much people could relate, I was like, oh my god, no one really ever talks about this like so openly on here, especially like teenagers themselves. So I really wanted to like inspire other people my age to feel comfortable talking about something that's just so normal. Do you have any allergies? I think I'm allergic to the sulfa drug, and I'm also like kind of allergic to dust and cats. Do you like reading? I absolutely love to read. I just don't have much time for it these days. Will you ever reveal what movies you've been in / your last name? Okay guys, so if you have watched my videos, like my earlier videos, like you've been around for a while, you know that I do some professional acting. It has been a little slow because of the pandemic. If you've watched one of my other recent videos, which I will link right here, where I announced that I'm going to be releasing a book in the next few months, you will find out my last name through that. That's when you'll find out, so just be on the lookout for that. Something you miss about your childhood? Not worrying about like anything, like just being completely carefree. Do you prefer online or in-person school? Well, I haven't been really in person at school since 7th grade, and now I'm gonna be in 10th grade in August, so I don't really remember what it was like. I think both have their pros and cons. I think that online school is really good. Maybe it's just the program that I'm doing, but I think it just gives you so much flexibility in your life. But at the same time, there's definitely cons to it. I mean, a lot of the time it's hard to not be like around peers. The social aspect is definitely a lot less when you're online. So I got a lot of questions asking if I have a boyfriend. I do not. What made you start YouTube, and do you ever regret starting doing YouTube? Okay, so what made me start YouTube is I've always been so fascinated by YouTube. I don't know, like I always just used to love watching it. I actually have a secret like toy review channel that I made when I was like 7 or 8. See if you can find that. But I've just always loved YouTube. I've always loved the whole filming and editing process. And yeah, I just wanted to start it like as a teenager. And do I ever regret starting doing YouTube? No, I do not regret starting YouTube. It's been like one of the most amazing things I've done in my entire life. Sometimes it brings about a lot of stress. I mean, just constantly keeping up with filming and editing videos videos, but I love it so much. It's just that like combined with schoolwork and all my extracurriculars, sometimes it can be a little stressful, but I love it. Like it's not something that like I regret. Favorite go-to fast food or restaurant, and what do you normally order there? My favorite go-to fast food is McDonald's. I know that's kind of basic, but like honestly, I'll just get quarter pounder with cheese and no onions and a McFlurry with Oreo on it, like an Oreo McFlurry and a small fry and ketchup, and I'll be completely happy. Are you a movie or a TV show person? TV show, definitely. My two favorite TV shows right now are Gilmore Girls and Grey's Anatomy. How did you feel when you started your period? Like my first period, completely shocked. I did not think it would go the way it did at all. What kinds of pads would you recommend? I'm a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And the kinds of pads I would recommend, I love the Up and Up brand. It's from Target. I also think Always is a good brand, and I was also sponsored by this brand a couple months ago. It's called Freya. It's such an amazing brand. I'll link the video I was sponsored like by them down below so you guys can learn more about that brand. What books are you into? I am into like teen books, but like I also really like medical books lately. Where is your father? Basically my parents divorced when I was a baby, and I live with my mom full time, and I see my dad on weekends for like a couple hours, and that's pretty much it. He's not a huge part of my life at all. Have you had your first kiss? No, I have not. Your glasses story, please. Okay, story time, guys. So I think it was March 2018. Okay, so I must have been 11. I just couldn't see things far away. Like it was all just so blurry far away, and I thought, because I read online, like obviously like when you get older, like you start needing reading glasses, so I thought as you get older your eyesight gets worse. So I always thought like it was just something normal, but it's not, like obviously. So I remember one night my mom asked me what time it was, and I couldn't read it from far away, and then she got concerned and we went to the eye doctor, and I'm nearsighted. I don't have the worst prescription, but I wore glasses, and then I think it must have been around a year later I got contact lenses just because like I wanted them. I feel like they're a lot more convenient for a lot more situations. But yeah, that's my glasses story. I'm wearing my contact lenses right now. I usually only wear contact lenses though like when I go out, and I usually wear my glasses around the house. Favorite song at the moment? I'm really into 15 by Taylor Swift, also because I just turned 15, but also Right Where You Left Me by Taylor Swift, the bonus track of the Evermore album. That is such a good song. I got a couple questions asking like what I want to be when I get older, like career wise I'm guessing, and I really want to be an OBGYN, which is like an obstetrician gynecologist, just because I've always been like really interested in like the whole female reproductive system and everything like that. I just find it like so fascinating, and I also love babies. So how does your family feel about your period videos? Are they supportive? So they're actually very supportive. My grandmother is actually really funny about it. She's like, well, you might as well use your period like for a good cause. Like I don't know, everyone's just very supportive about it. What was your most embarrassing period story? Okay, so if you guys didn't know, I do like a whole series on my channel like where I react to your period horror stories. I've never told you mine though, so here's a little period horror story time. It was one of my first periods. Maybe it was my second period, or maybe it was my third or fourth. It was definitely early on though, and I was laying on my aunt's bed. I live with my aunt, my mom, my little brother, and my puppy, if you didn't know already. And I was laying down on her white bed, and I was wearing like a pad, but I was laying flat on my back. Okay, so then when I got up, it was all like up my whole pants and like butt area. The pad, like it went up, and the bed, the sheets had to be washed. They're still kind of stained. My pants were stained, and that always taught me to wear overnight pads, not go on my back when I'm on my period, and also never lie on anything white. What episode of Gilmore Girls taught you the most? Ooh, this is a really interesting question. If you've watched me for a while, you know my favorite show is Gilmore Girls. The episode that taught me the most, honestly, I think it was that episode that is like really early on in the show, like where Rory's having trouble in school. She gets a D on her paper and then is late for her test, and it's like something Lorelai says about like, I just want you to be like so happy, and like it really taught me that like you don't have to do amazing career stuff and like go to the best schools in order to be happy. I just remember that as like being really like provoking and like life learning stuff. Like I don't know, Lorelai just gives like the best advice. What is your favorite kind of cheese? I honestly love pepper jack cheese and also cheddar cheese, also mozzarella. I love all kinds. What is one thing you wish you knew before the pandemic happened? To not take for granted the small things in life, like going to a restaurant or like going to a movie theater, or like even hearing someone sneeze and cough and like not being worried. Do you think you will continue doing YouTube when you're older? I'm definitely gonna be 1000% honest with you guys and say that I cannot upload twice a week for the rest of my life. That is just not realistic at all, especially as I get later into my high school years and college and like becoming an adult and all of that. However, I do want to keep this YouTube channel going like my whole life. Like I just think that would be so cool in like 20 years to look back on the videos I made like now and like just have this channel like growing up. Like I'm definitely not gonna post as consistently as I do now, but I definitely want to keep up with this channel. I definitely want to continue posting as long as I possibly can. Favorite Taylor Swift album? I love Evermore, but I also love Fearless, but I also love Red Taylor's version. Oh, and Fearless is Taylor's version, my favorite, by the way. I just love her too much. Where do you see yourself in 5 years time? Ooh, so 5 years from now I will have just turned 20. That is so crazy. I see myself in pre-med school. I also see myself still doing YouTube and just honestly happy and hopefully furthering my career path, getting internships, stuff like that. What is something you've achieved that you never imagined imagined you could. You guys, like, just achieving this YouTube channel, being able to keep up with this YouTube channel. Also, if you didn't know, as I said, I wrote a book, and honestly, I've typed up stories for so long on my computer, like, just for so, like, long. I've just typed up stories and never finished them. And so, like, this is the first one I've ever finished, and I cannot wait for it to be released and for you guys to go read it. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I consider myself an ambivert, which is a cross between an introvert and an extrovert. What are some foods you dislike? Okay, so I hate raisins, and I also hate citrus, like orange. Like, when my mom cuts an orange and then, like, strokes my hair, like. Do you have any random hobbies you've never told us about? Rewatching old episodes of Grey's Anatomy. That's pretty much it. Where do you see yourself in the future? Dating, college, jobs, etc. And happy late birthday. Thank you so much. In the future with dating, I definitely want to be careful with who I date. Obviously, everyone should be. I definitely, like, in the future, like, I don't know, 5-10 years, I definitely want to, like, meet someone I love who loves me back and everything. Like, my goal is to get married, obviously. I mean, not obviously, everyone has different goals, but, like, I definitely want to get married in the next 20 years, maybe in the next 15 years. I definitely want to be married in the next 15 years. College, I want to go to pre-medical school and, like, medical school and become an OBGYN, but if that is not too realistic, like, if I just don't want to eventually, then I definitely want to do some sort of, like, writing career, like writing or journalism or something like that. What is something that happened to you when you were younger that you still remember very well? I have a lot, actually. Oh, I remember this one thing. This just randomly came to mind. I was on the monkey bars with my friend at our elementary school, my best friend, 2nd or 3rd grade, around then, and I, like, fell off the monkey bars and landed right on my back, and the wind got so knocked out of me I couldn't breathe. Like, I know what it's like to not be able to breathe. It was so scary. I, like, fell over on the floor, like, onto my best friend, and my best friend was like, "Ruby, are you faking?" But I seriously wasn't. Like, I couldn't breathe for, like, a good 30 seconds, and then, like, the air came back into my lungs. That was so random, but it was really scary. What's the hardest thing you've ever gone through? This is a really good question. I would honestly say the last few months, last semester, because I thought I was gonna be in person at high school in August 2021, and then Delta happened, COVID happened, just a bunch of stuff. I just decided to stay online, but it was really hard. Like, August to December, doing online school, like, literally teaching myself, because the program I'm doing, like, you literally have to teach yourself. Getting through that, doing well, like, on my finals and everything. Also, like, dealing with that at the same time as, like, all my extracurriculars I was still doing, and also on top of that, dealing with the grief and, like, just, like, shock of, like, not going into high school like I thought I would be. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever gone through, even though it was, like, so recent. Any more info we need to know about your book? Okay, so as I said, I wrote a book. It's being released in a little while. There will be more bonus uploads about it, but some more info that you should know is that, because I've gotten, like, a lot of questions about, like, where it's being released and everything, it will be on Amazon, and it will also be on Amazon as an ebook, and in the future, I will update you guys if it ever goes into bookstores. And also, I wanted to say that I will be most likely, I don't know yet, but I might be reading, like, a little passage or excerpt from my book on my YouTube channel as a bonus upload coming in the next couple weeks. Like, I don't really know yet, but definitely let me know down below, like, if you want me to do that, just to, like, give you guys a little sneak peek into it. What was your main inspiration for making your new book? So excited for it, by the way. Thank you so much. So my main inspiration, I did talk about this, like, in my other video, so definitely go check that out, but I will repeat it. So I've just always been so interested in the female reproductive system, and I also just think it's really important to bring awareness to teenage pregnancy. And not just that, there's so many other themes in the book as well. Just watch that video for more information. What's your editing software? I edit on Final Cut Pro, but I edited on iMovie for, like, the longest time, and it can honestly just be such a good editing software. Like, if you're just starting out on YouTube, or, like, just in general, like, it can be really good for you for a really long time. Who is your role model? My mom, and also Gilmore. And the last question that I'm going to be answering for this updated Q&A for my 20K special is, how would you react one day when you reach 100K plus subs? That is a very big dream for me right now. That's a very big if. I would not say when, but honestly, it would just be the same reaction as always. I'm grateful every time one person subscribes to me. It just makes me so happy because, like, I'm literally just a 15-year-old girl who likes to film videos, edit them, upload them to YouTube, and it makes me so happy that, like, I can just unite with so many other people who, like to watch my videos and everything, and, like to chat with me in the comments. It just makes me so happy. So as many more of you who would like to, like, I don't know, connect with me more, or, like, watch my videos more, it would just make me so happy to, like, keep growing this family that, like, I feel like I have on YouTube. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video, this updated Q&A 20K special. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and, like, enjoyed getting to know me more. I love doing Q&As like this, so definitely let me know down below, like, if you want me to do other ones in the future and stuff like that. So yeah, before you leave, please like this video, and if you made it to the end of this video, comment down below Gilmore Girls Rules, because it's my favorite TV show, and, like, I think it's pretty apparent that it is literally such an amazing show. It's, like, my favorite show, obviously. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because, like, when I don't do Q&As and, like, get to know me videos and everything like that, I make so many, like, period videos and just, like, teen girl relatable videos. So if you're interested in those and, like, you haven't subscribed already, definitely make sure to subscribe, because I just want to keep growing this amazing, beautiful family that I have here on YouTube, like, with all of you guys. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye!